Our biggest issue probably was talking to the member about what their dues was paying for. The dues investment that they made in the Realtor organization was being paid back many times over. But most of our Realtor members didn't know that. They had forgotten what benefits they were actually getting from the Realtor organization. And so we spent most of our year traveling throughout the state, along with Benny McMahon, our AE, to talk to the members, to find out what they were wanting, what they were looking for, and to make sure that they understood how the investment in a Realtor organization paid itself back over in individual business, in individual time saving, in individual initiatives that help them serve their customer many times over what they'd have to pay if they didn't have the Realtor organization. Part of what led to it emphasizing the benefit to the Realtor went all the way back into the 90s. In mid-90s, we had strategic planning session that said, what does a Realtor really want from a organization? We described it as a magic box. If a member had a magic box that they could take whatever question they had at the moment to that magic box and get an answer, that would be the ideal organization for them. Out of that came many, many benefits. First of all was the legal hotline, that any Realtor in the state of Texas could call an 800 number and ask what was bothering them legally. Will I get in trouble if I do this? Do I need to disclose that? Where do I stand with this? And an attorney who was one of the highest trained and specialized attorneys in real estate in the state of Texas could take that call and help them through those legal hurdles and reduce their liability and their risk. That would cost a fortune in everyday private life. But through the Realtor organization, it was a member benefit at no cost. By the time I was chairman, you couldn't take that away from the Realtor member. They demanded it. But then came many other things that followed up on that. Part of it was zip forms. We introduced a statewide program where every Realtor in the state of Texas got free as just part of their dues. A software program that contained every form from the Real Estate Commission that was promulgated and required of a licensee to use, and a ton of forms from our TAR legal staff that assisted them in disclosing what needed to be disclosed, in helping the consumer negotiate the contract, and making sure that they had their financing in place, to make sure they had their inspections in place, to make sure that they had an option to terminate if they found something that they had not had a chance to discover in the first home buying process. And all of these forms could be emailed back and forth between Realtors as they negotiated a contract on behalf of their clients and customers, that could have sticky notes attached to them, things that we never dreamed of. This was the kind of magic box that we wanted to deliver. And then came the development of our website, a truly interactive website that you could go and you could say, I need help in this kind of marketing. What articles have been written in the Realtor magazine? What things have we done in the past? In policies and procedures for brokers, like legal practices, contract practices, office policies, internet policies. What kind of social networking can my agents do? We developed model policies for the broker to download off of our internet, kind of like a magic box, to get the answers you needed to run your business, to get the highest dollar return for your investment, and to provide the best customer service we could. Probably the initiative that was in that era that I look back on and say may change our future the most was probably the development of the leadership program. During the meetings of the year or two before my year as chairman, Benny McMahon and the leadership team had traveled throughout the state and asked, what do you want? What do you need? And the leaderships of the different boards and Realtor organizations and associations had said, we've got to some way develop a program to get our newer members to buy back into volunteerism, to give back to the Realtor organization, to give back to the communities, to give back to the civic organizations around them. How can we develop better and more leaders of tomorrow through the Realtor organization? So all through 2004, we pulled together a team of people who brainstormed and wrote the first draft, and then we brought in a professional writer to write a series of modules for leadership training. Unlike many of the organizations across the nation, the Texas Association organization voted to give that to the local boards, to go to the local boards and association and say, here's a pre-done leadership training module formatted program. You can run it over a year, you can run it over 6 months, you can go in cooperation with regional boards, you can host it, and you can develop the leaders of tomorrow starting today right at your local association. And the leadership development program that's now available through the Texas Association of REALTORS for any local board or association or region of boards to put together has been astounding in the development of our leaders for tomorrow. Remember, this organization doesn't make decisions and tell the members what decisions we make. We ask the members, what do you want? And then we deliver the answers they ask for. We're a magic box of answers.